Welcome to the Rocky Road Podcast, brought to you by Rockbusters, with your host, Dennis Wager. Dennis is a best-selling author and an expert in demolition, rock, and concrete breaking, as well as a professional blaster. He is also president of Rockbusters Incorporated, along with his son, Brian. On the podcast, you'll hear exciting stories of how these challenge types of rock and concrete jobs are done. You learn about the uses of expanding grout and explosive devices. But furthermore, you'll hear about some of the hurdles and struggles entrepreneurs and business owners have had along the way, how they got started, and how they broke through the obstacles and found the path to success. Along with that, some insight for young people and people wanting to get into the industry. So listen in. I hope you enjoy the show. Now, here's Dennis Wager.
Good morning, everybody. Let's welcome to the show, Mike Johnson. Hey, Mike, how are you doing today?
Morning, Dennis. Morning, Dennis. Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks.
That's good. Look,
Yeah, welcome to the show, and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do, how you got into all this good stuff.
Okay. Well, my name is Mike Johnson. I was born and raised in Sarnia, Ontario. Currently living in Vancouver, BC. Beautiful place. If you haven't been here, please come and visit. Lots going on here. I'm a videographer. I'm an editor. I'm an artist, a hip hop artist. I'm a musician. I like to do a lot of creative things. Right now, my main focus is kind of just around the video world and kind of helping people share their stories, their skills, help their brands grow online, and creating social proof and content pieces, TikTok, Instagram, all things like that. I'm really trying to get into the film industry right now. So that's kind of the main reason why I'm in Vancouver. So that's always happening around here. So I have goals of getting on sets and talking with directors, acting coaches and agents and things like that. So yeah, this is kind of the place to be around film. And that's what I love doing most. So yeah,
Nice.
Here
Nice.
doing it.
Yeah, I know we've had really great success in the videos that we've made.
That's right.
You've been out to a number of sites shooting and creating the awesome videos that we have so far.
Yeah, we've been to a few locations. You brought me out to Whistler at one time.
Yeah,
that was a cool project that we were working on there.
Whistler. And then your video footage guy, he came up to Whistler before you, and
that's right. Oh yeah, it was twice we were up there. That's right.
Yeah, where he crashed his drone.
Yeah, shout out to Xander.
Xander, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. It was kind of one of those moments where you think, oh my God, it's going to crash. Oh, I hope it doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, it did.
That's too funny. That's actually crazy now thinking about it. If he crashed his drone on that one shoot, which, it's always a bad feeling to crash a drone. But I think that one time we did a shoot together too. I crashed my drone.
You crashed yours too, yeah.
We've had two crashes on site.
Yeah,
that's not
they
a
don't
good
come
start.
to trees, right?
Yeah,
right. Yours crashed into the excavator boom in Lions Bay. That's right.
That's right. Yeah, the boom came across and knocked it right out of the sky. I was flying too close to the equipment, so.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But no, it's all good. It survived. It still flies, and we got a really good shot out of it. So.
Yeah, no, that's an amazing shot. The one that we have in Lions Bay, like you just see that right away as soon as you start watching the video. It's amazing, that shot. You come in off the water and down onto the job. It was a really cool shot. So I think for me, those shots are what's important is kind of really sets yourself apart from the crowd,
Yeah, it's a great way to introduce a location, bringing people into the scene, or into the site, with your case.
Yeah, I think so. And then what I've gotten for comments from everybody that watches it is just that they're really impressed with the videos and
awesome. I love that. I love hearing that.
Yeah, for sure. And then also, like, what we're seeing is everybody seems to watch all the video instead of just, dipping out at the first few seconds of it, right?
That's the goal. Yeah, engagement. So I'm happy that's working for you.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, me too. So that's kind of what's been good for us, is just kind of putting the quality into the videos and stuff. And I think that's paying off. That's worthwhile for sure.
It's a great investment. Great investment.
Yeah. So if anything you've seen on our sites, kind of caught your attention, or anything that you've learned or picked up about breaking rock?
Oh, there's been a few things. I didn't even know you guys could break rock with liquid, or the grout is what you're putting in these rocks.
Hmm.
Um,
Right. Yeah. The Next Pro
so
and the
just
Black Gold
the next
expanding grout. Yeah.
exactly that there's two different kinds that you guys supply. I mean, you guys supply all of Canada with this stuff.
Yeah.
I think
And the
to
US
re
too.
yeah. So yeah, no, there was a few things I didn't know that there was so many different types of rocks and different jobs. It's like you're telling me about the stuff that you're doing in the Grand Canyon, and that it was just
Hmm.
kind of a different job than what we were doing in Whistler. And that I was like, oh, well, isn't it just breaking rocks kind of thing? But no, explaining how rocks can be broken down in certain sizes and how they could be used for certain different things. How you guys put them out in front of, I try to resell these rocks for, how do you
Hmm.
say it, like landscaping kind of
Yeah, feature rocks for
features.
landscaping.
Yeah,
We can cut the face of them. We can put addresses on them. People, kind of plant them up by the driveway as gate posts or
yep. I've
features
seen people with
driveway entrances.
their addresses and stuff on it, like a little
Yeah,
name
yeah,
address.
totally. I put the address on. We drill the holes in the middle so we can make them into bubblers for landscape features. You can do sets of them, like 2, 3 in a set.
Right.
And then you can saw them, you can split them. It's a lot of things, and so it's pretty interesting stuff. I mean, I thought the same way when I first started in this too. It's like, oh yeah, it's just rock, right? But
Right.
then, well, actually, but even worse than that, when I was doing excavating, it was like, oh shit, there's a rock. It's always a problem, right? It's never like a welcome thing when you find a rock when you're excavating, because it always shuts you down, because you got to work around it and you got to struggle, and sometimes it's so big you can't even move it, right?
Totally.
And then now getting into the rock breaking business, you learn that there's a lot that you can do with the rocks, and also a big thing for me was that 2/3 of the world is rock. So you
That's
got
a
land, ocean, and rock,
fun
and
fact.
a lot of these places you get into, Montana and stuff, and they have a lot of celebrities now moving to Montana. A lot of people moving from California. So the real estate is really skyrocketed, and also the availability of lots have really been taken up. So all the good lots are gone, and the lots that are left are either in the swamp or in the rock.
Hmm.
So who wants to build in a swamp?
No, people still
Or,
do though.
they do, yeah. But if you got the money, you want to build in a better place, which is typically up on a mountainside or somewhere there's rock involved.
Yeah.
Then you got to deal with the rock.
Right. And I mean, we're in Vancouver. There's rock everywhere here. Probably
Yeah.
more than most places. But so
Yeah,
prime
and you
real
look at
estate.
what we did in Whistler there.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. You take a house that's got all rock in the basement and
A basement full
unusable.
of rock. Yeah.
Yeah, to making it into like an open space, like a blank canvas, you can make it into something brand new.
Yep. An Airbnb, more space, more real
Yeah,
estate.
yeah, more space. Yeah, so tell us a little bit more about the hip hop stuff that you're doing, or some of the other videos that you're doing.
Yeah, totally. Actually, yesterday was I dropped 4 songs. It's a 4-song EP. I called it Dread. So it's 4 songs that I've been sitting on for a long time. I have this thing with music where I'll I don't know, just not release stuff and just kind of keep it until it's till it's to the certain point. That's not like a perfectionism thing, but there's this, you just kind of gotta get over that and keep creating new stuff, because that's just gonna stop you from getting on to the next project. So yesterday, was able to finally put out 4 songs, and it's been received very well. But it's like
Nice.
a very kind of darker hip hoppy kind of vibe, catchy hooks and things like that. So yeah, if you should be available on all platforms.
So, yeah, how would
Spotify,
people find that?
iTunes. Just search Achee, which is ACHEE, and it should
Yeah,
pop up. Yeah, the newest project is out now. So
good.
yeah,
Congratulations. That's
thank you,
exciting.
man. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's being received very well. So yeah, it's fun
Yeah,
putting
I know
stuff out.
this. It is. It is. I mean, I do the same thing as what you just said too. You kind of sit on things sometimes,
Yeah,
and then always in the back of my mind, I have people's voices running that have told me over and over, just don't wait till it's perfect. Just get it out there.
yeah,
So I've written a couple of articles on LinkedIn now, which is the first time. And I
fun
had the
story.
same thing. On LinkedIn, I
Oh,
wrote 2
LinkedIn. Okay.
articles.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the first time I've done articles on LinkedIn. And I had kind of the same thing. I had it like, half done. I left it. I came back. I did a lot more.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's not quite right. I'm not quite finished. There isn't really an exit to it yet or a wrap up. And then, I just thought, okay, well, I'm just going to call it done.
Yeah.
With the hopes that I can go back in and edit it later. So
That's right.
I just published it like that. But I don't know if I can. I'm sure I can find out somewhere to go back and edit it later. But at least it's out there.
Exactly. Yep. And
yeah,
it's actually it's harder than sometimes it just sounds like an easy thing to do. I'll just put it out, but I guess there's certain personalities too that you can struggle with that a bit more than others. But
I think it is. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like we were talking before, for me, I would never want to be on camera.
Yeah.
I would certainly never talk on stage before. And now you just kind of, first time you talk a little bit, you get all nervous, your knees get a little shaky, whatever, but you do it.
Yep.
And then now with the shooting that I've done with you, I look forward to getting on the camera. It's exciting now. You get to tell a story. You get to bring people into your journey of what you're up to. And, thank God that there's editing available. Sometimes you need it.
Totally. And you know what, Dennis? That's actually my favorite part about one of the favorite things about doing video for people is seeing them go through that kind of transformation, getting on camera the first time, and then starting to love it and learning to love it and seeing what it actually does for them. It's because it is scary to like put yourself out there and get in front of a camera on stage, like you're saying. Just to be able to see and help people get through that. I mean, not everyone needs to do it, but it's just a good, I think a good character build.
I think it is. Yeah. And then even like with our audio, like we've had you do some audio voiceovers, we've had Mark Atchison do some audio voiceovers.
That's right.
And then to be able to compare the 2 or 3 of us, right. And say, oh, here's how it sounds, and then now what's really cool is to be able to do things like we're working on now where, we can have somebody like Dave or Mark or somebody introduce the show, like kind of as, and then, like a third party person introducing me. And if we're going to go on to do the pilot show for the movie, then same thing. You kind of just keep getting it out there and trying things on, and then you can, do as many takes as you need to get it right.
Yep. Totally.
Yeah. So what about the other videos that you shoot? I know you've done some music videos, things like that.
Yes. So we're shooting music videos. We do all types of videos, really. I mean, like interviews, commercials, even just social media content, weddings, events, things like that. But music videos, I've been doing those since like probably a long time, like 15 years. Like I shot all my music videos on YouTube are all shot by me, edited by me. I help a lot of my friends shoot music videos, like the one last weekend with my buddy Sam the Seagull. He has a new song coming out. He needs some visuals for, so we're working on that. Did like 2 or 3 last year. I tried to. They kind of slowed down when I left Saskatoon. I used to live in Saskatoon. And I did a lot of music videos there, but they kind of slowed down after but I still do them here and there. I love doing them because music is a big part of my life. So kind of putting those 2 worlds together is always fun for me. So
yeah, I see that too. You see like the musician is separate from the video part, right? And how they kind of get married or merged together there.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't. I mean, like audio and visual, they have to go together. It's kind of hard watching a movie without audio and music's always better with the visual.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. I mean, you look at some of the videos and stuff that, Rihanna's done, some of the stars. I mean, you can tell they have obviously a budget to throw at it, but just the quality is so good, right? It's so engaging to watch.
Yeah. And those people making those videos for, those types of artists they're just regular guys like me, just, who put in the time and got in the right place and knew the right connections and put in all that work to get there. So it's you're always just I think, what is it? 7 people away from somebody. So networking is huge.
True. Networking is huge. That's true. Yeah. So What would you suggest to anybody wanting to get into this business, or any young person wanting to look at a career? How would they go
Yeah.
about it? What would the steps be?
Career as a videographer editor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think for everything is just you gotta kind of first know you want to do it. Um, I wouldn't just let it's not for everybody to do editing and being a videographer. I mean, it's fun and stuff, but once it becomes a job and it's at that point, it can kind of it's a lot of hours in front of a screen. So just really you want to dedicate yourself to it, but you want to make sure that it's for you. And practice. I mean, shoot every day, edit every day. Try different softwares. Shop around for different communities, even too, like joining YouTube channels and stuff. Just keeping up to date with technology, newest cameras, and not that I say that's important, but it's just good to sharpen your skill and just be in the world. So if you are interested in being a videographer editor, move to a city like Vancouver and try to get on state or try to get on, just get in the world, get in the world of video, so you can have those people around you. Surround yourself, learn every day. So it's literally like just doing, jumping in
Just
and
do it.
dedicating yourself. Yeah, learning,
Yeah.
constant
That's
learning.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like right in the articles there on LinkedIn. It's just kind of like you just jump in and do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and there's so many things you can do. It's just. I think the most important thing is making sure that you actually want to. It's for you. Um,
Yeah, and then how
and
do you convert it from going from just learning it, say as a young person as a hobby? How do you convert that into doing it as a business?
yeah, so for me, I'm still at that point of changing that from hobby to business because I was always an artist mind. Always had an artist mind. That's where it started for me, just to create
Okay,
and make those stuff. It never was business for me. And then I started to
okay,
realize I could do video. It turned from doing it as for fun and then doing it for somebody to help them make money. And then I was like, oh, this is valuable. And then it was like, okay, I got to put a price on what I'm doing for people because it was an understanding of, oh, this is like a business. And then it just became, I think joining a networking group too really taught me how to make video business better. So
interesting.
being around other business people, even when they're not video business people, it's just, hey, they do a skill, they have something they offer, and then it's kind of switch your brain to thinking of like, I'm not doing this for fun. I'm doing this. Yes, I enjoy it, but I'm doing it for other people to benefit them. So it's just
For
a
money, yeah,
little switch of mindset of from business to hobby or hobby to business. I think was the question. So
yeah.
yeah,
So
just
being around other business people kind of show you that how
yeah,
to.
it took a while for me. So, but that was the way
Okay,
that was the way to do it, I guess.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. So after that, what did you do? Did you do like Facebook ads, or how did you get the word out there to get to customers?
So I didn't have much money to put in for, to market it that way online. I also didn't know how to, um, run my own ads. And I never really thought about running ads about offering my services. Right. So
Really?
a lot of it was just word of mouth. And then
Okay.
also that kind of made me get into this mindset of, like it would just come, it would just show up. Like I didn't have to really
Yeah.
try. And then
Right.
eventually it was just like I moved to a new city, people didn't know me, and then I was just like, oh right, it's not word of mouth anymore. I have to restart that word of mouth. So joining a networking group,
Okay. Okay.
because I didn't pay for ads, I still don't. So it is a next kind of step to I guess grow because it could help. I also offer
Yeah.
that for businesses to help them do it because I believe in it. But I just, it's funny that I actually don't run ads for myself, even though I believe that they work. It's just, it's about, getting that money to run the ads and to analyze the ads, to follow the ads. It's a lot of time. So yeah, eventually you
Yeah.
do have to eventually pay somebody to do it unless you do have the time to do it. So, but
Yeah. What I'm hearing is it's almost like you need to sell yourself, right?
yes. Oh yeah, totally.
And if you look at it, it's like the reason people are hiring you is to help them sell themselves.
Yes.
So if you just kind of follow that same train of thought, and then you could make videos or posts or whatever you choose to sell yourself.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And a lot of it comes from just doing a video. I had to start with doing videos for free. And then
Yeah.
someone would see that video and be like, "Who did that video?" I'm like, "Just don't tell them I did it for free." And then, so then
Right.
that's
Right.
kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
how to get your step in the door or whatever, or your foot through the door.
Yeah. You're putting the door. Yeah.
Yeah, then be like, "Oh, someone paid me $500 for that." Okay,
Yeah, because
well,
that's always like the fine line to balance, right? It's just like everybody's got, expenses and cost of living every month, right? So it's like, how do
oh
you
yeah,
transfer over from that, as a hobby to do something that you love to a business, right? And, trust me, there's like millions of people in the same boat.
yeah,
Me too. Like with restarting this new business with Rockbusters, it's like, I know the ads work, paying Google to advertise,
yeah,
but it's the same concept. It's like, how much money do you pay? Where do you get the money from? And how many jobs you got to do? How much profit do you have to make off of each job to spend on Google?
yeah.
And it's the same boat exactly. Like if I spend $200, I'm going to get, let's say nothing.
Right.
If I spend $2,000, it'll work. I'll get some pretty good calls. But out of that $2,000, I got to really be doing like, 30, 40, 50, $100,000 a month.
Yeah, depending on your ticket. I mean, your ticket item is
Yeah, the
you have
profit in your item.
Yeah,
We do some expensive jobs, yeah, but it's
yeah,
all in the units. Like if you say you sell a video for X amount, then so much of that is profit that you could spend back into advertising, which is
right.
going to make you bring you more units to sell, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think that's
not
what
telling you
I got to
how
practice.
to
No,
do
I
it,
got
but
to
it's
practice
just
that more because yes, I put that back into the business, obviously by supporting myself, but I could be putting them more money into, after a job, kind of like divvying it up and be like, this is strictly just for marketing. And that would be considered putting it back in the business because,
right. Because if you get people, like Rihanna, that are going to be hiring people like yourself,
yeah.
how do you show up for her, right?
Right. Well, I think that's a
where
different
where would
caliber
she?
of like network people, but yeah,
I know, but
they are just
the
dudes.
concept's there. Right? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
totally.
I'm sure for her, it's like, yeah, so and so, go find me somebody, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and we know
But
we know the person who shot Kanye.
we
in
know the
his
perfect
video.
guy.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll
call
take
him.
him.
Yeah. You only have 100,000 knocking on your door. Yeah, I know. But there's
Yeah,
like a
that'd be
lot of
quite
meat in
the
between that sandwich
quite
too, right? Like,
the payday.
how do you take it from that? And that's very interesting. How do you take it from the hobby perspective to like, I'm going to make some money, run it as a business, and then how do you even take it from a business to being like a more serious business, right?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is just time and again dedication, just not giving up.
Yeah, I agree,
Keep
and I
putting
think
yourself out there, and
yeah,
eventually something will happen, or someone will see your efforts and
I think so
and
too.
and proof
Yeah,
that and completion of work and jobs. Like, wow, you've done all those things. Okay, I can trust you to do this.
exactly, and it's just
Yeah,
like a song, like the videos, they speak for themselves. I mean, you don't need to have an explanation of anything. You don't need to say, "Oh, I used an XYZ camera," or
right.
or one,
Yeah,
two, three,
yeah,
whatever. Like
yeah,
nobody cares, right?
yeah.
Like they
Put it
just
in
show me
my
the
iPhone.
video.
That's actually something I
Yeah,
want to try to do is a music video on an iPhone. Shouldn't be that hard.
yeah,
Got
yeah.
4K now. All the slow mo stuff on there. It's
There you
crazy.
go. There you go.
Yeah.
So no, I think that's exciting, and I think it's kind of really great advice. Like for somebody that has an interest or is doing some videos, kind of as a
Yeah.
hobby. How do they transfer or how do they transition into a business? And like, how would they pick like how much per movie they're going to charge or how much, like you have
Yeah, deep.
packages,
Yep.
So how do you create kind of what you get, right?
Yep. Yep. Do your research, look around, see what the market's doing and understand where you're at and on that journey too. Because, you can't just
Yeah.
jump in the game and be like, hey, I'm $100,000 a video. It's like, well, where's the proof? Like, so
Where's the proof? Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So on the other side of that, like, how would you suggest people that are looking for a videographer choose one from the other?
Sorry, say that again.
If you're looking to hire a videographer,
Yeah.
how would you suggest people do their research on picking the right one?
Yeah. Well, I believe everyone, I mean, no matter what you're shopping for, you're going to look around for multiple sources. I mean, that's just smart. So to understand that people are, you're not their only choice. And you shouldn't think that. But you should be confident in what you can offer. And I think people should be looking for the style. A lot of times we get cookie cutter stuff, and everyone's stuff kind of looks the same. So finding someone who can, one, take the time to really understand what you're looking for, and not to say that the videographer needs to change his style, because I think there's something important about having a style as a videographer, because that's what grabs people's attention and kind of makes you stand above other people. Because with different style, like that might be represented through, if you like that person's style, then you want your kind of stuff to be represented like that as well, right? Or you have some sort of feel or understanding of I don't know, some sort of end result. But yeah, I think what's really important is just falling in love with the person's style, and then working out the whole money thing after, and hopefully, and obviously relationship too, if the relationship's there. Communication. You gotta just shop around, really. There's no really who's better than who. It's just who you kind of like more. And trust too is a big one too. If someone has an online presence and they got some good reviews and things like that, that's the guy to go for.
Yeah, that's awesome. I really appreciate you taking the time to join us today, Mike. That's awesome. And some good information. I'm sure a lot of people in that position will enjoy listening to that and create some good ideas for themselves. So thanks again, and you enjoy your day, and we'll talk soon.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you would like to be a guest on a future episode and tell us your story, visit our website at www.rockbusters.com. If you have a project and would like to learn more about our products, or if you're interested in partnering with us and becoming a distributor, give us a call. Thanks again. We appreciate your support.